Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and it's been forever. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a while. There's a lot of content that I want to put out. Code switching is one of them. I've been waiting a long time to talk about code switching, how that has affected my life, and all that stuff. I can't wait to do that video. I'm not giving you a timeline because I would hate to make a promise and don't keep it. So it'll just be coming when it's coming. And but yeah, I have a lot of different ideas about content. I'll act on some and some will remain ideas. But I just wanted to come and do a little update. So if you've been following, you know that Charlotte and I were facing homelessness. We ended up moving in with my mom. The transitions we've been going through. So we share a room together. Even though the room is a nice size room, king size bed. So like it's a very comfortable room. Definitely after like I've been transparent. Because when I make these videos, I don't make them for you to judge me or anybody that I'm talking about in the video. I make them in hopes that you realize that you're not alone. That we all go through shit. It's just that most of us have been conditioned to not talk about it, and I'm kind of tired of dying inside silently. So I kind of do these videos to show you that you're not alone and it's okay. So I've been transparent. Like my mom's a hoarder. She probably would hate for me to tell everybody that. She probably wouldn't even want to admit that she is. um However, if you've been here, you know. Unless you caught her at a good moment. But yeah, if you've been here, you might have seen signs or whatever. But once we got here, it was rough. It was a transition. However, um, my mom did allow for me to organize and move things to another room. So like it wasn't any getting rid of it. And if you know with hoarding, um, if you know anybody that suffers with hoarding or if you suffer with it with yourself, it is very hard for them to get rid of things. I will say in my mom's defense, she grew up really poor. And I grew up poor too, but she grew up in a house with no running water and not sure about the electricity angle, but definitely know it was no running water, wood stove. Um, there were a lot of kids. I don't think all 14 were in the house at the same time. And if you hear background noise, it's because I'm sharing a room. And so just, excuse that for now. School's starting soon. But she does, I can definitely see where her hoarding come from. She did not have her physical needs or her emotional needs met properly. My grandma and grandfather did the best they could with what they had, and as you know, emotionally, I don't think many of our grandparents or in some people cases it might be their great grandparents because my mom is old enough to be my grandmother. Um, So her parents would be equivalent to probably your great grandparents or even further. I don't know. Because she had me very late. So, like definitely, I don't think, they had much to give emotionally. So wasn't much given. And then to pile that many kids on top of it, not a lot could be given to everybody. Um, Yeah, so my mom grew up with like she said she had holes in her shoes and in her underclothes. She didn't always have the hygiene stuff she wanted. She was embarrassed of her house, all kinds of stuff. So I definitely can understand her trying to fill a void with things. Um, so no judgment there, but we came up with a solution of of straightening the room that me and Charlotte stays in so that it could be a healthy environment for us mentally and physically. Like, because I mean, aesthetics matter. So, and I'm not the neatest person in the world, so that should tell you a whole lot. Um, so I'm not making this video in judgment of her. I'm not like OCD neat. Um, I just kind of like things somewhat in order, and but my worst thing is probably like I might not hang my clothes up. It's not that like I have a buying things problem like that. So not yet anyway, because they starting to look and see that there could be some genetic stuff. I hope it don't. Cause boy, she has a lot of nice stuff. I'll give her that. She has a lot of nice stuff. Um, so it's not like she has the hoarding condition where she just is collecting what most people would deem as junk. Cause I mean that's subjective. Um, but I feel like her stuff is stuff of value, stuff that will come in handy and need. However, I'm gonna need her to check them expiration dates on that food. I don't like my child. I actually love her. I don't like her, but I love her. It's just I look over there at her. I'm not gonna even tell you what she was doing, but sharing the room with your teenage child is not for the faint of heart. She went actual update. Like she went to camp, and I was able to get the room straight before she came back. Me and my mom actually had like this explosive argument, and it was verbal. And just transparency. I lost my shit. I lost my shit. I don't say that with laughter of I'm happy I lost my shit. I'm actually was disappointed in myself. I felt I've realized that it's not cool that I allow her or anybody else to bring me to the point that I'll lose my shit, verbally or physically, which physically wasn't involved in this situation and never will be because I ain't trying to meet my maker early. So, but verbally, like it was really bad. I had to go talk with God. I had to go have one of them what Christians would say come to Jesus moments. But I had to go talk to God, and I definitely, prayed that I never allow her or anybody else to get me to that point. A lot of things was said that needed to be said, and some things were said that should have never been said. So I do feel sorry for that, and I've asked for forgiveness from her and God, and I will say this though, I was provoked, and what I'm learning is, even though if I'm provoked, I need to learn how to be a big girl and communicate. Learn how to lead conversations alone that I know is bothering me also when it comes to unemotional people. So people who are not emotionally available, like sometimes you just gotta learn to pick your battles and not engage, because sometimes they want reactions out of you, and like they want the reactions out of you, and like I even know after like there was some digs, and my mom, she make digs different kinds of ways. Like she's made digs about me doing videos, and she made a dig and said that people don't even have to go look for people don't even have to try to dig for your business because you just put it out online. And she was saying it in a like a fucked up way. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, so them finding out my business is supposed to hurt me how? And she was like, cause all they gonna do is talk about you and laugh at you behind your back. And I was like, oh, okay. And if they laugh too hard, it might be their situation. And I don't know. I say that to anybody who's feeling like, you share information with people and they've turned on you, made fun of you, tried to use it against you, used it against you in spite, any kind of those things. I do not pretend to be perfect on here. I have done this to people. Um, People have told me personal things, and no, I don't care your shit to somebody else to talk shit about you. But however, I will talk shit back to you if you piss me off. And I think that's one of the things I'm learning by being with my mom, is like knowing what to react on and not always feeling like I had to be on defense or that like defense. Like I see it in her, and then I'm starting to see it in myself. Like, is this defense when it comes to having certain conversations with her, and I feel like because it's gonna get thrown in my face, or it's gonna get jumbled up or some kind of way. And I realize, like, a lot of things that I don't like about her sometimes comes out in me. And as much as I like to point the finger and focus solely on her lack thereof as a parent in certain areas, I have to work on myself currently as the parent that I am and the woman that I am today. So the whole goal is to fix the things in my lineage that was not right, and hopefully that it doesn't carry on to the generation after me, even with my daughter's kids. So, like, I do think it's necessary to at least try to make amends with other people when they've hurt you. But in certain cases, sometimes it's a lost cause, and you gotta be able to figure out whether you want to continue to deal with somebody um, that isn't going to be able to emotionally validate you or give you what you're looking for in validation. Because mostly it's validation. You mostly are looking for validation more than anything, because it can't fix the wrong, but you're mostly looking for validation and for it not to happen again. um in this situation with my mom, I just had to accept, like, my mom was a good mom in a lot of other areas, like, um physical needs phenomenal, and I think I said that. I don't know if I said that, but physical needs phenomenal woman. Never went without. Ate, when I say I ate healthy, like, I ate healthy. I ate the right foods. It wasn't just microwavables, and we did have noodles and hot dogs and German bologna, block cheese, but we also had fruits and vegetables. Like, I never came in the house without fruits and vegetables. They were my snacks. Like, that's what I would go, and if I wanted something sweet, I would eat some fruit. Um, every once in a while, I would get candy, like, if we go walk to the store, because, like, I would say, like, most of my younger childhood, we didn't have a car, and if we did, it was like on and off. Um, so, like, when we went to the store, I might would get some candy. And the man, that's what I do miss about, like, the 90s. Like, it was a Korean guy who owned the store that we used to walk to, and he would always give me, like, free stuff. And so, I could get some candy sometimes, like, if he was to give me something free, or if she, had it to give. Um, but I really didn't know sweets until, like, my stepdad came in the picture. But yeah, so she, like, fed us correctly. There were always books in our house. Like, when I got bored, I would be picking up a book and reading. She read to me. She taught me, like, my ABCs and all that early stuff, how to write my name. Like, she gave me my foundation. My intelligence come from her. She's a very intelligent woman. She did not even finish. Um, I forgot what grade it was. Maybe like the ninth or 10th. Um, she didn't go past that. However, she ended up getting her GED. Ended up getting her LPN's license. Um, my mom was a licensed cosmetology before I came along. Like, she's had many careers, and I think just when I came along, she had lost her mom, and I just came along during her addiction and her sadness, and she couldn't give me what she didn't have. So You know, she tried her best, and she was. And it's I've came out and talked about things about how I didn't feel protected as a child, and I meant that shit, and that won't change. However, there were moments where my mom was overly protective, and I think that's her hang up on some of the things is because I feel like she does feel like it's her job to protect me. Um, but nobody can be somewhere all the time, and I think that's where she gets um she feels bad. Like, I don't know what she feels about the fact because I can't gauge it. However, what I can say is growing up was very confusing to me because I felt love but I didn't, and I felt protected but I didn't, and the way I was treated, I thought mistreatment was okay or confusion was okay. And I realized that I do have disorganized attachment styles from all of that confusion. And so I feel like coming back here has been a learning experience and something that I have needed. If I could survive this and what I've already survived, I know I'm going to be okay. And boundaries. I want to do a video on boundaries, but learning boundaries, and I think that has been the most important thing for our relationship. Because me and my mom were pretty freaking close. Before Dante, it was still a very dysfunctional relationship, very dysfunctional. No boundaries whatsoever. Um,
Yeah, pretty much.
but I think now is learning boundaries. I'm my own woman. She's her own woman, and knowing that boundaries isn't about me controlling her, it's me controlling what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna tolerate, and how that's gonna look for me. And I think that's where people get boundaries confused. Is like we make boundaries for other people, and when they don't follow them, we kind of think of it as a rule, and it's not a rule. Boundaries are more set up to protect you, and but is boundaries don't control what someone else do. Boundaries control how you're going to respond to what other people do. So once somebody oversteps your boundaries, you make your boundary, and then once they overstep it, it's up to you on how you're going to deal with those things, because you can't control people. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, we've been going through transition after transition. Girl, I don't know if niggas watch this, but I'm gonna just say, girl, the car done broke down again. Funny story. Going to go link up with my best friend. We done made plans to go to this pool, and car breakdown before I can even get to that point, and took 2 hours for my stepdad to come, which God bless his soul, because we out in the country and it takes time to get to places. Like when I was telling him where I was at, I was like, "It's right down the street." He was like, "Yeah, that's a country mile," and I'm like, "Yeah, because it ain't the city, it ain't right around the corner." Then it was a joke. I was like, "Oh, do y'all have like an auto parts store around here?" He was like, "Who the fuck is y'all?" And I was like, "Y'all, nigga." He was like, "I'm not from here." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot. You are from up north, like Northern Virginia, but, my bad. Is y'all now, though?" I was like, even including me, because I feel like I'm adapted. I'm enjoying this whole vibe of like slowness and nature, and um even with like just the people out here, like I don't care what race they is, like everybody is it's a different vibe. Like it's nicer. Like people care, and I like it. Yeah, the white people different. You would think it'd be the opposite, and definitely with all the Trump signs and stuff, you'll think it'd be like real racist, and it's like if they at home racist. But I found with most country people, they tell you how they feel in your face anyway. So I always have had a liking for country white people than I do for city white people, because I feel like city white people, they will stab your ass in the back and smile in your face, where country people gonna tell you how the fuck they feel to your face. And that's just what it is. And but I just like the vibe out here better. And you know, I don't want to be, it is like, so when I am financially stable, um I don't want to be this far out from a city, because I don't even still know if I'm sold on the this state. But if I do decide to stay in the state, I don't want to be too far away from a city, but I don't want to be so close. And I want to be in the rural part of this state. So just keeping that in mind for myself. But I love it. I love the pace. It's like I already knew I was a country girl at heart anyway. And then Richmond, I call Richmond country city, because if you've been to like bigger cities, then you know Richmond is slow too. But the country is slower. So but yeah, like when I think about when I go to the cities and stuff like that, the bigger cities, like they're nice to visit, but baby, take me south. Like I love going south. Like south is just always been me. And haven't been west yet, and I do want to do that. Like I want to see the West Coast vibe, because I heard that's a vibe too. So, but yeah, like north, I love to visit. Y'all are a fun time, but I'm a country girl at heart. So this just like further solidified it. I spent most of my like childhood going to the country anyway, because both of my parents were from the country. So I spent time in the country. And then when I got like to my preteens and teen years, that's when I would spend my summers in DC. So I got to get more of a faster paced city vibe. Which DC was fine for me. I love DC. Um, yeah, I do. I love DC. New York is one of those places like I love to visit. I love to visit, but y'all can have it. Like literally, niggas walk past each other and don't say shit to each other. Like, which usually fits my vibe, because I'm introverted and I really don't like to say shit to people. Um, but it's a little too not personal. Like it's a little too detached. And I get it. It's a lot of people, and you gotta mind your goddamn business. Because I also grew up that way too. Mind your motherfucking business. And in the country, they don't. Somebody will check on you quick. But I don't know why I went into this tangent about city country. But yeah, I'm adjusting, and I'm going to get back into my content creation. Um, I'm working on things, like always, behind the scene. I do have 4 classes at the end of this month. And then I'm going to launch my website for my business after those classes. And then I'm also working on something else behind the scenes, which I won't be talking about what that is until I actually complete it and have a release date. So yeah, um, life been life, and I'm always with this big ass smile, and it's not the mask this time. I let y'all know when I don't feel good. And matter of fact, with the car thing, like I got sick after the car broke down. Which it was the alternator had killed my battery. Had to buy another battery just to get the car back to my mom's house, and had to replace the alternator so that it doesn't drain the battery again. Well, it killed the battery. Like the battery cells were defective. Um, so I'm on that. I'm stuck out here with no car. I mean, I do have transportation for emergency purposes, but I can't just like leave and if a friend say like come to Richmond and do this, I can't just do that. And I did have, like I said, dark moments where it was challenging, because I was like, God, did you send me here to punish me? Like I thought we were cool. Like, but no, I think it's a learning lesson. It's a learning lesson, and it was a hard one. But I feel like ever since we went through that little spat, it has been more cohesive, and we're respecting each other's boundaries. We agree to disagree. We agree to not even go there. We agree to, sometimes you just have to have a relationship with people that it's just simply that. Like certain things you just don't go there. And we never had that. Like it was always that it was free range. And yeah, so getting there. Far as my grieving cycle, I still go through my grieving cycles. I spent 11 years with this man. Put me through hell or not, like I love him. It does not mean that, like, when I talk about him, and I talk about him in the good ways, I do not want any young girls my age to feel like they should endure abuse because they're having happy moments. If you are second guessing your relationship and thinking you need to get out, that usually means there's something deeply wrong. And I encourage you to explore that. So what I want to say is I don't want to romanticize like our relationship for those of the people that go through abusive relationships. However, I don't want to dismiss that we had great times, and you know, I feel like if you're going through an abusive relationship, please, even if you're not at the point where you're ready to leave, because a lot of people think it's just as simple as leaving, but even if you're not at the point where you're ready to leave, you're just at a point where you know that you don't like the way you're being treated, get some help. It is help out there. It is people to talk to. Like, just try to seek help to at least build yourself up to get to the point where you can leave. Um, but for my situation, I will always love him, whether I move on and have a loving and happy relationship. Like, he will always be a part of my life. He probably will not, like once I go through further life, it probably will get I don't know how, because death is a tricky thing. Like, you just have your moments. What I'm trying to say is it's not something that I can forget, or that I want to forget, just because I move on with my life. So I see pictures. You know, I honor him by my ways of honoring him, and I remember the good parts of him, and sometimes I remember the bad parts of him, and I just let everything flow the way it flows. Far as me in this single life, this celibacy, I'm making it. Most days it be like, yeah, I'm strong. I ain't settling for nobody. Yeah, woo woo, Tracy's dog, and it's like I haven't even been doing that much, but it's like I want to say it's like, I would rather be celibate than out here just, I don't know, I've had my fun in life, and I don't find any fulfillment in scratching an itch anymore. So I am not even looking for anybody right now. Like, so, which that is definitely, I feel like, a healthy thing for me. I think that I feel like there is a lot of things that I need to work on, opposed to being in a relationship with somebody else. Like, I need to work on me and love me, or I'm gonna confuse the fuck out of a healthy person, right? Like, or I'm gonna put burdens on a healthy person that they don't really need. So it's more like I'm in this phase of getting to know myself and love myself and pay attention to my emotions, my moods, not relying so much on emotions or the lack of emotions, like finding that balance with logic and emotions, and finding my footing again. in life, period. Like, I'm starting over, and it's actually not scary. It's actually liberating, and I feel like, the sky's the limit when it comes to my dreams and what I want in life. I have had 33 years of me learning lessons to prepare me for whatever is next, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to embrace whatever is next. I'm not in the phase of life where I feel like I have to grasp onto something. I always think of this like when you're trying to get water. Like, I don't have to grab water like this to hold water, right? Water's gonna flow through my hands. Instead, I can cuff my hand, and I can't cuff it because I'm holding the selfie stick. But if you can imagine me putting my other hand here, I don't know if you can see, but just cuffing water, like as if you was about to wash your face or you were about to put water in your mouth to rinse your mouth or whatever, or drink. If you just gently cup your hand and hold water, you can hold water for a little bit. So I think that's what I'm kind of going through life. Like, if something is meant for me, I don't have to be all aggressive and hold on to it, right? I can be secure enough to know what's for me is going to be for me, and what's not meant for me is going to be fleeting and gone. And I should never have to hold on to something for dear life. um, for it to be with me. And I don't just say that in platonic relationships. I say that in all kinds of relationships and all kinds of material gains. Um, yeah, all of that. Like, it's deeper than just romance for me. I want to be a healthy person for me, my child, and the people that I already do have in my life. Because that's one of the things I wanted to update y'all on. Like, I don't have these extreme bouts of, like, I just feel so alone, and I actually be realizing, like, I have people in my life that's always been here, and I have some new people, and I love y'all. And you know so if you are feeling lonely, I don't know, like, I know it's hard, and it's hard, but I realized, like, there were people that always loved me, but because I wasn't able to love myself, like, I wasn't able to fully see how much they were there for me, or I wasn't comfortable enough to allow them to be there for me, because um I would be honest, like, people that I did know, like, that genuinely cared about me, that scared me, because I felt like I was more comfortable with the chaos that I knew than the peace that I didn't know. And I always felt like I was gonna be the one to hurt the people that loved me, and the people that I knew was chaotic for me. Like, I already knew they was gonna hurt me, so, like, I didn't even have to do anything but brace myself because I knew what was coming. But for people who I knew cared about me, and loved me and all that stuff, I always usually pushed them away, or never really felt comfortable opening up with them. And I think it's just because I didn't feel good enough. Like, I felt like I was gonna be bad for them. So now I realized that, like, I am good enough. I am worthy, and I'm just feeling myself a lot more. Not in this this bad. Excuse me. Not in this, like, super selfish way, but more in this way of that I've always should have been about myself. Like, I should have always cared about myself. I always loved myself. Um, Feeling beautiful. Just with nothing, like, learning different ways to, like, make myself feel beautiful. Like, I got tired of my hair being cut, even though it's grown like grass. I will show y'all a video with it. It has grown like grass. Like, I literally could grip it and braid it now. And I have been thinking about throwing some Senegalese twists in those, because that's what I know how to do. And I have been thinking about doing that, but then I be thinking about, like, I gotta I gotta do her hair. I gotta retire her hair before school starts. So I was like, yeah, I'll wait till I finish that before I even think about doing mine. But yeah, so I've been doing a like hair wrap thing, which has been difficult because I ain't got no goddamn hair, so I be having to stuff it with stuff. My daughter was like, she always be like unapologetically T. She be acting like she gonna blackmail me. Like, you don't know what she does behind the scenes. And she tried to say that about my hair wrap. Like, she was like, they don't know what you stuff in here. That you got an old dusty wig underneath here. Like, yes, like I would let them know. Like, I don't care. But yeah, so, and if you can hear, like I said, I got sick after my car broke down. It's probably from the stress. Probably was already, my immune system was already fighting something. And when that car broke down, I handled that well. Like, I handled that well. My daughter was like, I don't understand how you're so calm right now. And I'm like, it ain't shit I can do about it. Like, but usually it would still not be shit I could do about it. And I still would be upset. But I do feel like stress level wise, I still was stressed, and I just handled it better. But it was like after that happened, that night I got sick, like nasal headache. Yeah, I don't know if she brought something back from camp because she came back from camp sick, so even the dog sneezing. So I was like, I think my body already was fighting something off, and then it was just like after the car situation, the immune system was like, bitch, we tapped out, like we can't do it no more. So I am a little nasally, so excuse me for that. But I just wanted to make a video of me coming back. I have internet now, and I want to thank everybody who supports me, who encourages me, who has missed me. I have missed y'all. And yeah, drop me a comment if you've missed me or whatever. Like, yeah, engage with me. I do want to start doing lives. So I'm thinking about doing lives. I just need to gather a time and a consistent date that I can do it. And I'm gonna start doing lives, like just having maybe conversations and stuff like that. So, like Q&As type deal. So, yeah, I'm gonna get off here though. I miss y'all, and I'm happy I'm back. I hope you're happy I'm back, and I'm just gonna keep spreading my words, and I'm gonna keep on, fighting for us that know what it feels like to be born in hell. Know what it feels like to get yourself out of hell and try to put other people out. Knows what it feels like to see everything around you burning and crumbling, but yet you are still here. Um, that's my target audience. Um, you know, I always say, I make content for sinners. So if you aren't a sinner, I need you to go. So, because you will be offended. So, go on about your business and have a great day. And to my sinners, we're going to take it one day at a time. We're not going to be perfect. God doesn't intend for us to be. And, one day, sometimes it's 1 second, 1 minute. Do whatever you got to do to stay sane. So, until next time. Bye, y'all.